One day, sponge strange Lambo door. Wow. Very cool. Found it. There we go. Come in. Hi, I'm Adam C and welcome to a supercar convoy that we have just found at the M1 services on our way to Supercar Fest. I'm in the Cobra, which is behind me. It's currently very chilly, but I think it's going to get a lot warmer later on. A Porsche 918 has actually just driven in. I think it's gone to the Costa drive-thru or gone to get fuel. I don't know, we will see it later. But we've also got a Rosso Mars Lamborghini Aventador 50th Anniversario Roadster with a 997 GT3 next to me. There's been a few other cars, AMG GTR. I think it's going to be a great day today, full of lots of variety. But we've got our energy drinks and let's make a move. There is the 918 in the petrol station. Luckily we've avoided a lot of traffic because we've come in the back way and all the supercars are trying to get in from the front way, so we're gonna meet them up there, park up and see what we can Adam see. Oh, there's the turquoise Aventador. Good morning. Can you click? Yes. You keep to the left hand side.
What the heck is that? What's
Good morning. Oh look, Cobra. It's gonna be a big show today. There's an MGB. Scan my tickets. I could have been anyone. Could Adam D. That's my porn star name. Hi, I'm Adam D. Are you competing today? Well, I've got my helmet. The other Cobra, he just reversed back, gave it a rev, had a wave, I revved back, then he went back into his space. That's what we do.
Oh yeah, her hair matches the McLaren.
So, we have parked up and, as you can see over there, there's a Mercedes SLR that has just turned up as well. Haven't seen one of those in a while. But we're in quite a nice lineup. We've got the 996 Carrera 4S, we've got the Porsche Cayman, and this is not the greatest car in the world, this is just a Tributo. There is an Aventador SVJ in purple with the gold wheels as well. Oh, well, there we go. The SLR is parking, oh, not next to me. That's a shame. Could have had it right next to me, that would have been nice, but he's going to be a few cars down now, but there we go, McLaren Mercedes SLR, and then Avora. Oh look, there's the Davidoff Golf livery on the Ultima GTR representing. That looks really nice, I love a livery. We've got the 488 Pista there as well. There was a 5-mile queue that we managed to avoid because we had a good sat-nav. Look at the British Racing Green DBS Superleggera Volante. That is a gorgeous spec. I was about to film the SVJ because that's the special edition, but then I saw the blue grille of the Bugatti Veyron. I mean, it's an interesting spec, got the blue details around the grille, trim on the door as well. But there you go, the Le Mans French blue on the Bugatti Veyron 16.4. Don't get to see a lot of these, it's always Chirons nowadays and super sports, but there is the old classic Veyron from 2005 onwards. It's probably an 07 car. Okay, there are some good cars here today. We have behind the Huracan a Ferrari F40. I know there's going to be another one here today, but here is a beautiful red F40. And then a few cars behind the F40 is another one of my absolute favourite cars, a car I almost bought a couple of years ago, a Dodge Viper GTS. One day, that will join the garage with the Cobra. So I think most of the cars, if not all of the cars, have arrived, and there are probably between 1,000 and 2,000 cars. So unfortunately today we can't look at every single one. There is the Ferrari Owners Club in front of us, lots of red and grey and silver. I reckon we should start off at the hypercar paddock because there's hypercars in the hypercar paddock.
Start the day off with a bang.
With a bang. So we're going past the Veyron that's just parked up in a random section with the Golf Ultima and some McLarens. And I think with the shirt that I'm wearing with Cobras and Golf GT40s that I should get my Cobra next to the Golf GT40 that's parked in the lineup of GT40s. But before we visit the Supercar paddock, it's time for a quick mention from this video's sponsor, YFood, who have provided me my breakfast. This is the powder drink, which I've acquired as part of the powder taster pack, and YFood are giving you the opportunity to try out the YFood powder taster pack for yourselves with 10% off. The taster pack comes with 12 whole meals. Each can fill you up for between 3 to 5 hours of all the vitamins and nutrients that you need in 6 different flavors. Today I'm trying the chocolate flavor. So with the taster pack, you just open one of the sachets, pour it into your free YFood bottle, add water, give it a shake, and consume. To use my discount code of Adam10 to get 10% off your taster pack by following the link in the description below. Right, let's look at these hypercars. So here is the hypercar paddock. All the hypercars are underneath the tents behind us, but we're going to go to the petrol hedonism stand first because there's a lot of hypercars in there as well. So we start off with the 488 pista of Zach's garage, who has gone absolutely sponge crazy with the Salone event sponges, and he is part next to a red Ferrari F50. So the red F50 convertible with the duo-tone seats, red and black. Oh no! Oh, we've got the Zenvo as well driving through, the TSRS with the strange spoiler. Everyone is watching that as it departs. I think it's going out on track. And the eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed, well, not eagle-eyed, like magpie-eyed, because it's quite obvious. There is a Ferrari Enzo next to the F50. Let's get a combo shot. And then we have the Bugatti Chiron in the French blue with the orange calipers, which match the orange interior. Complementary colours, orange and blue, almost like the Golf colours, and then the beautiful blue carbon on the back of the Bugatti Chiron. Check that out. He is next to a Diablo SV. And next door to the yellow Diablo SV is the yellow Murcielago SV that overtook us on the way down. That is a gorgeous shade of yellow. And completing the lineup of Lamborghinis is Zach's garage's Lamborghini Countach. And Zach has also brought along the Miura, who is parked up next to a purple Lamborghini Aventador SVJ that we saw coming in earlier. And then we have the SLS with the Yanamized Nissan GTR widebody and 2 more widebody Liberty Walk cars, the Aventador and the BMW i8. So you now find me in the hypercar paddock, and directly behind me is Zach's Koenigsegg Regera, which is on display right at the front of the hypercar paddock, looking amazing with the gold versus blue as an Aventador revs in the background. We then have a full carbon McLaren Senna with gold details next to the Porsche 918 that we saw in the petrol station on our way up here, with the Aventador SVJ 63, like a matte grey with orange details. And then we have the Ferrari SP2, the 2-seater limited production, beautiful Ferrari with the classic pit stripe along the bonnet. You really do not see many of these. Then you have the Heritage Edition Ford GT next to one of many Bugatti Chirons that are here today. This one again blue with carbon. Then you would have noticed the Bugatti World Record Edition Veyron Super Sports next to another Bugatti Chiron. Again, this one is matte black, but with the French blue details, celebrating 110 years of Bugatti. But check this out, Bug 1 and Bug 2, and you'll never guess what other number plate he owns. And then there's another 488 Challenge, another Ferrari F50, and the F40 that we saw rolling in earlier. These are quite common here today, the F50. I mean, I've seen 2 already. Right guys, I'm now at the back of the hypercar paddock, and I've just spotted afar something I've never seen before. It is, let me use some optical zoom, a Maserati Gran Turismo with Lambo doors. I hope we see that later, because that's special. There's also a very large lineup of 488 pieces, including a few Spiders as well. And alongside at the next paddock, we have a 720S alongside a Jaguar D-Type. Quite an eclectic mix under this tent. And then you have the new Ferrari SF90. I have seen another one of these in the show today as well. Haven't yet had a look at. Here is one in Rosso Corsa next to another Ford GT. Look at that Dodge Ram fire truck. Beefy. And then, of course, another French blue Bugatti Chiron. They are the most common car here today that I've seen, next to a Pagani Huayra Roadster in bronze. But let's take a look at some of the show cars on the lawn, including the green 812 Superfast. That's like Jamiroquai green. That's a very vibrant shade. Not quite a classic Ferrari colour, but nice to see something a little bit different to normal with the Italian stripes down the side. We got this 500 horsepower Nissan. It's supercharged. This 350Z with its custom rear end and relocated badge has 500 wheel horsepower and is supercharged. It's got twice as much horsepower as my 350Z. And around here we have the Porsche 911R. And here, as promised, is the Gran Turismo with Lambo doors. How's that for a sight? Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. Tell me, do you rate or hate? Oh, the Audi's got his bonnet out. He's been popping some flames. A nice pair of R34s. We've got the four-door next to the white GTR. And here, of course, is the McLaren section with a couple of satin green McLarens. We've got the 720S next door to the 570 GT4R. And talking of colours, we've got a pink McLaren 600 LT. Now, the weird thing about today's event is a lot of cars seem to have already left quite early. I mean, what else do they have to do on a Sunday that's better than a car show? And beyond the GT2 RS is a really nice burgundy Aston Martin V12 Vantage. Then we have the revving Mustang by the Marcos, the 348, the Dino, and the 488 Pista. Oh look, there's a Chrysler Crossfire section at the back of the show, and a Mustang section, and with all the dangerous Mustangs, we have a Mark II Escort tagged on the end. We've got a couple of Focus STs with their bonnets up to show that they both have engines, and they are next to, oh, there's nothing there. Then we have a yellow Alpine A110. I don't think I've ever seen one in yellow before. Mustangs, lots and lots of Mustangs. This Mustang is called Ellie, Mustang Ellie. And check out the luminous green stripes on this example. Apparently the public car parks are very full of interesting machines. We have a Scirocco with tyre rating saying money wasted and a spoiler on the rear. Cars are leaving, people are capturing that content. We've got the RS6, little Ford Anglia or something just drove past. Missed it. So we are now back at the supercar section, and they've just been moving some of the cars forward. There's a bit of activity going on, so I don't know what's actually going to be happening here, but let's see what they're doing with the cars. I don't know what's happening. Oh! What? I don't understand.
That's quite nice, actually.
Oh, I'm so wet.
Is this a charitable thing, or is it just...
No, it's just a deal.
Yeah? Did you lose a bet?
She signed up for it.
Oh, right.
Your cars are a bit wet.
That's why the sponges were there.
Again, it's warm, so you'll dry up easily.
I like how Zach would definitely not have.
Zach wasn't holding back. That rhymes. So after that random occurrence, we are at some of the cars that are going out on track, which we haven't actually looked at yet. We might be going out in a GT3 RS. We'll see. It's interesting how a lot of these cars have their Instagram tags on the side, such as hi. Oh, that's why you should read labels. You should have air dried it, not tumbled. And over here is only the second 765 LT that I have ever seen. This one, it finished in McLaren orange. So I am now in a straight piped 991 GT3 RS. We've got the 765 LT in front of us, and we're about to experience our first time looking at the track today because I haven't actually watched anything, and now I'm going to watch it from inside one of the cars. So the cars line up 2 by 2, but they go one at a time, left and then right. We are behind the turquoise Aventador next to the V8 Vantage. We're actually the last to go up the strip. That was quick. Super Sport there lining up. Very cool. So, an experience in a straight piped 991 GT3 RS at Sywell Aerodrome at the Supercar Fest. So we're now back at the hypercar paddock and the petrol hedonism stand to kind of conclude the day, I think. So we are back at some of the hypercars. Here is the Bugatti Chiron. Here is its key. Let's give it a little beep and check out the interior. Is that the Zenvo? That's the Zenvo starting up. So we have the orange with the blue, almost like a Golf livery, complementary colours. This one is UK number 5. I mean, it's similar to a Veyron inside, but if you've never been in a Veyron, which I'd say most of you haven't done, it's similar to a Bentley Continental GT, just a bit lower. If you haven't been in a Bentley Continental GT, it's similar to what you were seeing on this video. Let's have a bit of privacy inside the Bugatti Chiron. Apparently the key's not found. Well, I have evidence that I have found it. Literally, it's just as simple as putting your foot on the brake and pressing start. I'm not going to do that today because I'm not quite allowed to. I love how the C at the side of the car, obviously representing Chiron, is also continued on the inside. It lights up. Chloe's there, enjoying life, so I'll put the window down. Hello. How are you?
Hi.
Take a seat, come in, join me.
Can I?
Join me in the Chiron. The things we do, eh? Have you ever sat in a Bugatti?
No.
No.
It's very nice. I feel a bit naughty being in here. Like I shouldn't be.
So there are elements from Bentley. I mean, the switches and dials are a little bit Bentley, but the Chiron is a bit more updated and modernised from the Veyron, and it's just a lovely place to be. I mean, you'd expect it from the £2 million price tag plus. Speedo goes up to 300 miles per hour. Obviously, the top speed is about 260. Chloe's filming a Snapchat. Shh.
Hello.
But from your little whistle stop tour of a Chiron from someone that doesn't know much about it, it's now bleeping. We're going to hop out and check out some of the other supercars and hypercars that are in this lineup. So this lineup of hypercars is here to advertise the event coming up at the Warren Estate with the Petrol Hedonism Club. So we've got the Zenvo TSRS. Zach is driving the Regera out of the lineup. We've got the Enzo and the Chiron that we saw. Check it out. So now that some of the cars are out of the way, we have the Enzo to ourselves. There we go. Lift the doors up. Lovely. Lots of carbon fibre and a lot more stripped out than the Chiron, which is, it's like Bentley versus Caterham, Chiron versus Enzo. So there you go. Straight away you have the plaque reminding you it's a limited production of 399 of them, and it's just carbon fibre galore. As you lower the door, not too heavy. And here we are, Ferrari Enzo. So we've got a very simple steering wheel. We've got a race mode there. There is the engine start button. It's very 430 in here if you've been in a 430. If you haven't been in a 430, it's very Enzo. I can't really explain any more than what you can see. So you've got the beautiful arches swooping down there. The front nose cone, you can't really see, it just disappears. So it is very difficult to judge where you are parking. Of course, due to it being essentially a road-going race car, there's no parking sensors on an Enzo, so you've got to be careful. Oh wow, I look sunburnt. Ugh. Hello! Come in.
This is very racy.
He is.
Oh yes, and also weight saving, windy windows.
Whiny tiny.
Hello. Hello, Adam. But after that little experience, we are starting up the car. The Enzo's making some noises. There's the show on, concluding the day with some of the world's greatest super and hypercars. Zach's in the Lamborghini Mirror, cruising along looking cool. We got the Diablo SV, enjoying the last bit of the sun of the day. Quite a view. There goes the Enzo, we've got the SP2. SVJ's on the move too. There goes the Chiron as the Diablo SV passes by the SF90. As we make room for the World Record Edition Bugatti Veyron Supersports and another Chiron. I missed it, but there was a burnout. Naughty, naughty. Oh, covered in smoke. But I am now back at the car. A band is performing a set. They're on their final song, and as you can see, the event is at a close. All of the cars have left, so that was the Supercar Fest at Sywell. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Go follow me on Instagram for all the updates about all these meets that I go to. But for now, thanks for watching.
Thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure, guys. Thank you very much for having us.